Be
Okay.
live.
Mine still says off air.
Yeah, mine too,
Well,
but
not
it'll change.
mine
It'll
says it
change.
says it's live, so
Alright, we're
we're
good,
live.
dude.
Doing it live.
Doing
Yeah.
it live, alright.
Doing it live.
Alright, this is a lot better. Alright, so,
So what is the song if you guys aren't gonna do Glory
I have no
for this
idea. Sean,
glorious day?
oh, shut up. I was gonna do a couple songs by Little Brother, The Get Up, and The Listening. Oops.
I don't know what any of that is, but all right.
You don't know Little
Not as
Brother?
good as Glory.
I don't know, little brother.
You should definitely get to know Little Brother.
Dylan sent me this mixtape the other day that was really good. I can't remember who it's by.
Yeah, he sent me a mixtape too.
Yeah,
He's
he told me to
like,
listen to it, and I downloaded it. It's actually really good.
yeah, it's alright.
What was it? It was like, fuck, what was it?
I don't know, some guy I never heard of.
Yeah, he was like, listen to this shit, and I was like, I've never heard of him.
Alright, um,
JIDK, that's who it was.
JIDK, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Alright, so what are our topics? You're just talking about football?
Tom Brady suspension vacated just so we can get it out of the way for you guys.
Alright, let's
And then
spend like
we'll go
5 minutes. Let's spend like 5 minutes on that because I really don't want to talk about it.
and then we have the NFL preview and then college football preview.
Alright,
We should do 'cause
football
college
starts
football.
tonight, baby.
Yeah, finally.
UNC South Carolina, right?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
At Bank of America
B of
Stadium.
A. Yeah, at B of A. Patrick's there.
Yeah, I saw his snap.
Yeah, he's been texting me all day from it.
Did you see the Madden glitch that I posted on your wall? And
Dude, you've sent us that so many times.
wait, no, I only sent it
The
to you
Browns
once.
QB, the Browns QB. I feel like you've sent us that before,
No, it's not the Browns QB.
or the Browns glitch. You know what I mean?
It was the safety, but I only sent it to you guys once.
I
Oh,
feel
this
Danny
is
and I thought you had
preseason
sent it to
still.
us a couple of times. I can't remember.
Fuck.
No, it's only once.
Either way, I've seen it before. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I've seen it before, but it's hilarious.
Dude, I totally thought the regular season NFL started today.
No, next week.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Nah,
blind.
yeah, this is the last week of preseason, though.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, all right, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, before we start, my friend Mike's here, and he said he'd chime in whenever he feels like he
One,
needs to chime in.
okay, all right.
He
Okay.
said that. Mike, you've got opinions on Deflategate, right?
Oh, God.
It's Paul Ghazi. Ghazi is reserved for fake scandals that are made up.
Oh, like Benghazi, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I actually got that from Deadspin. I can't take
Yeah, I know.
full
They
ownership
call
of
it
that.
all the time. They call it that all the time. It's funny as fuck.
It is. Because they're so true about it. All right. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Welcome to another episode of Sports Pulse. I'm Sean McNiff.
I'm Brian Brennan.
I'm Ethan Winter.
And right now you're listening to Little Brother, The Get Up. He's an old school rapper, as you could probably tell from the old school beat. Pretty good, everybody should check him out. But first on our big board, Tom Brady got his suspension lifted today.
Free at last. Free at last. Lord Almighty,
Oh,
he's free at last.
I just like
Thanks, Dr.
99%
King.
of
I really
everybody
appreciate that,
else in the
Dr.
world
King. Thank you.
don't. uh, I don't really care about anything Deflategate related. I could care less if Tom Brady got a suspension lifted, is suspended for the whole season. I could really care less. But Ethan, since this is your team, go right ahead
Yes.
and talk about whatever you want to talk about.
All right. Well, finally, justice has prevailed thanks to Judge Richard Berman, who can get a beer for free anytime he wants in New England minus Southern Connecticut because they're a bunch of rejects. New York and New England rejects. Sorry, Brian. um, but I mean, it's true. It's true.
You've already earned this, Ethan. I have David Tyree on my screen, and I was saving it for any time you said something ignorant. You've earned this.
Yeah, fuck Brady. Fuck Brady.
I told you.
Well, you guys are just haters. I mean, you can hate Tom Brady all you want, but you can't dismiss that he is at least one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
apparently,
I'll give you at least.
apparently he's getting divorced, which is the reason why he
What?
destroyed his phone in the first place.
No,
That's what
I think
Us
that's
Weekly
just
says.
bullshit. Well, look at what Us Weekly is. It's a fucking tabloid magazine, which is an insult to journalism.
You must
That's
be
why
sad he's going to be back on the market.
They're
Ethan.
hardly a tabloid magazine.
Yeah,
But I
they
get what you're
totally
saying.
are.
He, I personally, when it comes to Deflategate, Tom Brady is almost the lesser of two evils for me.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people kind of feel the same way that I do. And personally, when it comes to Roger Goodell,
Yeah.
I mean, the dude is just so incompetent. He's not good at his job, first off. He's never been good at his job. I've personally hated Roger Goodell more than anybody in the league since this whole Ray Rice thing happened. And to me, it just seems like I think it was Adam Schefter who said that this is a slap in the face to the NFL. Well, I think that's pretty much it's a slap in the face not only to the league but to Roger Goodell as well. And I think it's something that they had coming as well. And that's
And Teddy Bruschi just flat out called Roger Goodell incompetent, which is everyone's feeling. I would think, at least all the fans' feeling. And as fans of no matter what team you root for, as fans, you gotta hope that some of the owners are starting to feel the same way because time and time again he's just been bad for the league. This is the fourth time I believe in which he's gotten overruled in court. And each time it's just been worse and worse for him. And so, yeah, I mean, and people in general are just glad that Berman came out with this decision, whether they're fans of Tom Brady or the Patriots or not. They're just glad that the decision has finally been made because that will just end the whole thing. But Roger Goodell, the moron he is appealing it when you go to the Second Circuit. It's very rarely does the Second Circuit overrule a lower court, and the reason why Berman took so long to come out with his decision was because he was making sure that there was no loopholes in his decision that could get his ruling overturned, and so Goodell is in the NFL has a very small chance of overruling this, I think. And more important, and in general, just people just want this to end and don't want it to continue to drag on any longer than it has.
I was just gonna say that this is pretty much. It's amazing that this actually went on for what was it, 8,
8
9 months?
months.
Jesus Christ. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I think that, honestly, it would have probably gone on a lot longer if the NFL season didn't start next week, in which, the Patriots and Tom Brady kind of needed to know whether they'd be
Right.
playing week 1. I think it probably would have gone on for a lot longer if that hadn't been the case. And, yeah, Roger Goodell looks bad, obviously. I don't think Tom Brady's a saint, personally, while I think that it's good that he doesn't have a 4-game suspension, I personally think that he should have at least been suspended maybe 1 game, maybe 2. But
And there's been reports that he was willing to take a 1-game suspension for not cooperating, and the NFL, being stupid like they are, didn't take that, and now they have egg all over their face and they look like dumbasses.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Roger Goodell did this on purpose, made it stretch out for 8 months on purpose, and made a huge deal out of it on purpose, just for everybody to forget about Ray Rice and how bad he botched that situation.
You know,
it worked. It worked. We're not talking about Ray Rice. We haven't heard Ray Rice's name in 8 months. So.
And you're not the first person to actually kind of say that Goodell did this on purpose. Now, your reasoning is not what I've heard before, but I've heard other people say that Goodell did this just so that the NFL would be in the forefront of everyone's mind for the entire year, and he was successful in that, and I hate him for it.
I don't think he's that much of an egomaniac.
I don't know.
I think that Ray Rice
Roger Goodell here.
He stole Pedro Martinez's number of retirement ceremony when he upheld Tom Brady's suspension.
He did not do that on purpose. But
I don't know. I think I
would not put it past him. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Like, completely batshit. And I think that this whole thing proved it to me. And the fact that he's still fighting it proves it to me even more. And he's a smart man for not going to Foxborough next week, that's for sure, because he'd get stabbed. He would 100% get stabbed. I'm sure those guys with muskets at the end zone would probably turn right around and shoot him in his goddamn face.
Man. I mean, I don't know if he would get stabbed.
I mean, it's Boston. It's not Baltimore. Let's be honest.
Right. Exactly.
If it was Baltimore, he would have been dead.
I mean, if I was Robert Kraft, I would have told Roger Goodell, you are banned from the property of Patriots Place and Gillette Stadium. Like, you're never ever able to come back. Like,
well, you can't really do that.
And you know what? Why not? It's Robert Kraft's property.
No, he owns it, but like, I mean, he owns the league. That's the thing. Roger Goodell.
Yeah, but the Patriots are a separate entity of the actual NFL. I mean, they're part of the NFL, but they're not. It's not like Roger Goodell owns it. So, I mean, it's a private business owned by Robert Kraft. So he can kick out anyone he wants or ban anyone he wants. But I just hope that since Roger Goodell isn't going to be at Gillette Stadium, I hope whoever is running the video board puts up a picture of Roger Goodell just so we could boo the hell out of him.
So
they'd probably do that even if he was there. So
did they appeal the decision, the judge's decision, the NFL?
The NFL has. They've officially filed an appeal, which is the dumbest thing ever.
So what do they expect to happen?
Right?
Because it's not going to happen in a week, is it? The appeal?
No. An appeal typically takes about 8 months to a year, which to go through, which will span the entire season. So Tom Brady is going to play in every game this year, and that's the quickest. 8 months to a year is speedy. So it usually takes like 2 years.
Even if
So
they didn't appeal, everybody would still be talking about throughout this whole season, throughout the next off season, and probably into the next season, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
But now that they
right.
appeal and it's going to last longer, I might just stop watching NFL football. I really might. This is so ridiculous.
Yes.
I really don't want to hear about this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
about 10 million people are right there with you, Sean.
I think people
Oh my
are just kind of
God.
fed up with the NFL.
How does he get paid
crap
$44
in
million
general.
a year? I don't understand.
How much does he get paid a year?
$44 million.
Like 42 or 44 million dollars.
44.
Jesus fuck! Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Every NFL team pays him like $1.2 million every freaking year.
Oh my god, that is complete ludicrousy.
And he's a complete moron and doesn't do shit. He's just awful at his job.
Makes you.
You know, I wish I could get paid 44 million for being awful at my job, but it doesn't work like that in the real world, unless it's the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL is technically the real world, but on that note, let's move on to some NFL talk. Last
And
week-
actual football, we can actually talk about the upcoming football season and not about stupid Balgazi and this
Balgazi.
Deflategate and this whole thing.
You guys just make up so many just useless words.
I didn't make it up.
Balgazi, Deflategate.
Awesome.
That's
First off,
been
Balgazi-
made up Balgazi.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah, Balgazi's better than Deflategate.
Anyway, the last day of the preseason is tonight. I
Praise.
guess the NFL season starts next Thursday, right?
Yes,
Two
in
teams-
Foxborough.
I believe 2 teams will play
Yes.
Thursday night, and
The
then
Patriots
New
and
England
the
Patriots
Steelers.
and
will they have
Pittsburgh
a
Steelers.
will they have a Saturday game?
No.
No, Saturday belongs to college football.
Yeah, I thought that for some reason I thought they had like a Saturday night game at the very beginning of the season or something. I don't know.
No.
Not until the end of the season when college football's done.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, NFL's back. Redskins total disarray since week 1 of the preseason. So
Redskins
honestly, to be completely honest, I might stop watching football, like NFL football. Like I still have the Packers and they're on every once in a while over here, but I am torturing myself right now. Patriots are in a good mood, I guess. They got their quarterback back.
I'm still only watching Patriot games though.
I honestly think the Jets will do good this year. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll go 9-7. And I think I think Ryan Fitzpatrick will do a good job. It really all depends on their offensive line. I have no idea about their offensive line. So
keep thinking that.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I actually, before the show, I went through every division. I actually read through the Sports Illustrated NFL preview just to get a general idea of how the other teams look like other than the Patriots. And I came up with, I went division by division. So in the AFC East, the Patriots running the table going 19-0. No, not really. But
good. I would have
in
Massachusetts had stabbed you if you had said that.
in reality, though, I think the Patriots are going to go 13-3. And then I have the Dolphins.
You know what my favorite thing in the world would be?
What?
If the Patriots went 18-0 again and made it to the Super Bowl and all
lost
the talk
the Giants again.
and all the talk about Super Bowl week would be how Tom Brady and the Patriots persevered through everything and they just completely blew it in the Super Bowl and they lost everything. I would love that so much. That would be the highlight of my life.
Like Brian said, the Patriots would have to play the Giants, but I don't even know
if they lost to the
Giants.
Giants, that would be
The best tweet I saw today was Lawrence Tynes saying the NFL should have used they should have used Eli. I think he said something like that.
Yeah, but so I have the Dolphins coming in second at 9-7, the Bills at 8-8, and the Jets at 7-9. So I think the AFC East is going to be a very competitive division among 2, 3, and 4. And then for the AFC North, I have the Ravens win the division at 11-5. Steelers get the wild card at 10-6.
Wait, hold on.
Bengals,
Let's each go by the division.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So, Brian, you
Let
want
me
to
go
give
to
your
my
AFC East
notes
predictions?
for a second here because I have this written down. So let me go to my notes for a second.
All
here.
right. I obviously have the Patriots winning the AFC East. I mean, who else is going to win? Not the Jets. I mean, I really want the Jets to do good and be a solid team, but I don't know. They're the Jets, so I don't know.
Well, why do you want the Jets to be a solid team? They're the Jets.
Because I'm a Redskins fan. I've suffered, and I know suffrage. I know everything about
Yeah, so
professional
the Jets are
football
the wrong
suffrage.
team to go to root for.
Right, but I root for them to do good because their fans have just been tortured.
Okay.
So I can sympathize with them.
Well,
That's why I want them to win. Also, I like the Bills for that reason, too.
You can sympathize with Browns fans. They have it even worse because their original team left for Baltimore, and Baltimore has won 2 Super Bowls while they've sucked and have been in perpetual misery over in Cleveland.
Yeah, I do sympathize with the Browns, definitely. There's a lot of teams I actually sympathize with. Like the Jaguars, too. Well, Jaguars, I don't know. But, I mean, the Jets are like
yeah, exactly.
the Redskins. Like, they're pretty much the exact same team. They're just completely incompetent from the top down, and it's just been
And you really think they're going to do well this year? Really?
They have Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker. They have an okay running back. They have an okay quarterback. They're going to have a good defense like they always do. I think they'll be all right. I think they're definitely going to be better than the Redskins. I'll guarantee you that.
Well, yeah. I mean,
doesn't take much to be better than the Redskins this
The Redskins
season.
are pretty goddamn terrible, Sean.
All right, just to finish up my predictions, I got Patriots, Jets coming in second. And then Bills and Dolphins are just a toss-up. It all depends on the Bills' quarterback. Their defense is pretty good, I think.
Tyrod!
Tyrod Taylor. What? I forgot he got the starting job.
Yeah, I really like the Bills. As I think they're going to be a good team this year. But the reason why I'm giving the Dolphins the edge over the Bills is because the Dolphins actually have a quarterback, unlike the 2 other teams besides the Patriots in the AFC East. So that's why I put the Dolphins in second and then the Bills in third.
Yeah.
All right, I guess my AFC East picks. I had I think
Jets.
really.
Go Jets. Go Jets.
I have the Patriots winning the division at 12-4. Obviously, just because who else is going to win the division.
Wait, are we giving records too?
I just have that because that's what I thought of.
Okay.
I have records.
I wrote this down a long time ago. I had to go back into my notes. I wrote this in July, so it.
You have way too much time on your hands.
I had
all the way in July.
And I don't even remember when I did this, but I had the Dolphins coming in at second, 9-7, Buffalo in third, 8-8, and the Jets at 6-10.
Jeez, you have no faith in the Jets.
Why are you guys?
I thought you said that the Jets could go 8-8 this year.
They could go 8-8. I said they could go 8-8. I don't think they will go 8-8.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's the AFC East
right for them
for us.
8-8.
Yeah, I think that defense is good enough to get them 7 wins.
We'll see.
Yep. AFC North. I have the former Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens, winning the division at 11-5. And then I have the Steelers coming in second, grabbing the second wild card at grabbing a wild card at 10-6. And then I have the Bengals coming in at 7-9, and then I have the Browns finishing in last at 6-10.
I got Bengals winning the division, just because the Ravens are awful in the regular season, and the Steelers, they're not looking too good nowadays. But I got Bengals at 10-6, winning the division. Ravens sneaking into the playoffs at 9-7. Then the Steelers and Browns, not doing very good.
For me, I went with the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the division because I like some of the things they're doing on offense. Like, I was reading the Deadspin Why Your Team Sucks preview, and people were upset because the Steelers are an offensive-oriented team this year. But you look at their weapons; they've got one of the best quarterbacks in the game, one of the best receivers in the game, one of the best running backs in the game. I think that adds up well. Their defense is still solid. I'm going with the Steelers. I have them with the same record as the Patriots at 12-4. So I don't know if they play.
Really?
I think that's a little high. Just because
very high.
I think just because the AFC North is so, they just beat up on each other.
Yeah, there's not
especially
a
the
chance
top three
anybody in
teams.
there's not a chance anybody in the AFC North wins 12 games.
All right,
They're
let
just
me
gonna beat
reduce this a bit.
they always.
Here.
I mean,
And,
every year they beat each other up, and they go 1-1 with every team, and I don't know. They're just
Yeah. But I have the Ravens making the playoffs too. I have the Bengals at 8-8, and I've got the Cleveland Browns in last place, 5-11.
I think the Steelers are going to go 8-8 at best. They don't really have a defense anymore, and their receivers are young. They're good, but they're real young.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
As long as they've got Big Ben, I'm confident in the Steelers.
Yeah. He's getting kind of old, isn't he? He's like
But he had a
35.
really.
Well, he's banged up. He's a bruiser as his body type, but he gets banged up a lot.
Yeah.
So,
yes, I think he's aging
probably
pretty quickly.
a little faster. Yeah.
Had a good season last year, so yeah.
All right. Now to the AFC South. I have the Colts winning the division at 12-4, and then I have the Texans coming in at second place with the second wild card at 10-6, and then I have the Titans finishing at 3-13, and Jaguars at 2-12.
You have the Texans at 10-6?
Yeah.
What was their record last year?
I think they were 7-9. I want to say, or maybe 9-7 actually.
Yeah,
I think they were 9-7
I
last
think
year.
the Texans are going to win 10 games.
What?
Why do you think the Texans are going to win 10 games?
Well, they've. J.J. Watt's a beast. Always. They also improved their defensive line even more so with the addition of Vince Wilfork, and also I think they have. I don't think either. I don't think Brian Hoyer is going to be like the difference maker, but I think he'll be competent enough, and he'll be a good game manager where he can get the Texans to 10 wins. When you looked at Brian Hoyer in Cleveland, he did really well in Cleveland, and the Browns were a over 500 team with him at quarterback, and then he got hurt, and then that's when the Browns shit the bed last year or the last 2 years. So I think that's why I think the Texans could be 10-6.
I don't know. I think they're gonna go 8-8.
That might be a little high, but I think the Texans will definitely be at the very least second in the AFC South.
Yeah, they'll definitely be second, just because the Jaguars and Titans are absolutely awful.
They're
teams.
so bad.
But I don't know. Not having Arian Foster for 8 weeks is, I don't know. It doesn't.
Is he out for 8 weeks, or is he out for the
weeks? I think it's.
He's out for half the season.
I think it was 8 weeks from when he got injured. So, and that was what 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think he'll only be out for 6 weeks.
It says here he could be back in late September, maybe October. We'll see.
Yeah, if he's lucky.
Alfred Blue is pretty solid though, even if Arian Foster's out.
Yeah. Well, I got the Colts winning just like you, winning the division. They'll probably be 11-5, 12-4, something like that. And then the Texans go 8-8, and Jaguars and Titans fight it out for the first pick in the draft. I really don't think either of those teams are going to win more than 4 games. I really don't.
No, I totally
You're
agree
the
with you.
majority there. Yeah, I would agree with you.
They might be lucky to combine for 4 games.
I think the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year are going to come from this division this year. I think Andrew Luck's going to win the MVP, and I think the Colts are going to win at least 12 games this year. Second place,
I think 12 is going to be their high mark.
I think the Colts might be the best team in the AFC. I know you'll disagree with me, but I think
the Colts' defense is awful. They don't have a defense.
And who is the Patriots?
And they don't have an offensive line.
Well, who's on the
defense? The
Patriots have the best linebacking core in the NFL, or one of the best linebacking core.
I don't think that's true, but
who are your linebackers?
Rod Mayo, Dante Hightower. I could just keep on listing names.
But either way, I think Luck wins.
The Patriots' front seven is very strong.
I think Luck wins MVP this year. I think he's going to throw at least 40 touchdowns and lead the Colts too. I think they'll be the top seed in the AFC. Texans at 8-8 for me. I have them at the same record as Sean. J.J. Watt is incredible. I mean, he's just a freak. But I think that it's not really enough, and I think that losing Foster for that long could hurt them, although Blue is solid. Foster is a huge part of their offense, so I have the Texans at 8-8, but Watt with another ridiculous year. And I want to see how Jadeveon Clowney does this year too. He missed most of the season last year, and he was the top pick, and so he hasn't had a full season yet. And with Vince Wilfork being there, and with J.J. Watt being there, I think he's got a chance to learn from them and really shine in the NFL.
Yeah, I can do my standings.
What do you think, Mike?
Hold on, let me get it.
You have it written down too?
I don't have it written down, but I can just do it on the top of my head. I have the list.
We'll come back to that.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so AFC West?
Yeah.
All right. So I have the Broncos coming in first in the division with 12-4 record. And then I have the Chiefs and Chargers tied with a 9-7 record, and then I have the Raiders coming in last at 2-14. So
you have the Raiders winning 2 games?
I have them winning 3 games.
Like 3 games like that being a huge improvement.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do all right this year. I think Derek Carr is going to step it up a lot. Amari Cooper is going to be all right.
We going to be all right.
They just got someone else.
I have Amari Cooper as the Offensive Rookie Player of the Year.
Me too.
Me too.
Me 3.
Who else did they get?
They had Trent Richardson for a couple of weeks.
They did.
Yeah.
They got Michael Crabtree too. That's who. So Derek Carr's got some weapons. I don't know about their offensive line and I don't know about their defense, but Derek Carr definitely has some weapons.
Wait till they get to LA and they start
Roy
dominating.
Hulu is a good running back.
Yeah. All right. And who do you have?
For the rest of the division, well, I got the Raiders going maybe 8-8, probably like 6-10 or 7-9.
Whoa! That's
8-8's too much.
Too high.
I think the AFC West is going to be a great division this year. I
think it will be a good division, just minus the Raiders.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think the AFC East, as much crap as people say that the AFC East sucks, I think that's going to be the most competitive division in the NFL this year. I mean, just because every team improved in that division, and every team got closer to the Patriots. But I mean, then again, it's the Patriots, and they're the Patriots, so they'll just win. They'll win the division because no other team has a quarterback that's as good as Tom Brady,
Weren't we
or
talking
even
about the
close.
AFC West? I feel like we were talking about the AFC.
Yeah, we were, but I was just saying that I think that the East.
Ethan just likes
Never
to talk
mind.
about the Patriots. That's all. He just likes to bring everything back to the Patriots.
Oh,
But
by the way, I have
no,
Tom
don't.
Brady winning league MVP.
What I
It's gonna go
forgot.
off. A
I
pissed
was
off Tom Brady is not a Tom Brady you want to face.
All right, for the rest of the AFC West, I got. I guess the Broncos winning. I think they're gonna keep it close with the Chiefs. I think they're both gonna go. No, I got Broncos going 11-5, Chiefs 10-6, both making the playoffs, and then Chargers 9-7, just missing the playoffs, getting beaten out by the Ravens.
all right. I went bold with my AFC West predictions, and Ethan's gonna like this because he hates Peyton Manning. But
Fuck you, Penny Manning.
I don't like Peyton Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning's all right, but I have the Chiefs winning the division at 10-6. Because
You think the Broncos aren't going to win 11 games?
I don't think the Broncos are going to make the playoffs.
Wow, I love
Wow.
it. I love that. I love that, Brian.
All right,
Um,
and I'll tell you why. I'll get to it in a second here. Because you were right. This division is very good from top to bottom. Well, not really bottom, but the three teams in front of the Raiders are really good. I think the Chiefs, honestly, are primed to. I think, obviously, I might just be saying this because he's the star of my fantasy team, but I want Jamal Charles to have, an incredible year. I think that really Kansas City has been one of the better teams in the division, and I think that with Peyton Manning's struggles, that I think they're going to carry over to this year. I think that the Colts getting him was big for was big last year. I think that everything clearing house. I don't get why they fired John Fox personally, because John Fox is he's got a winning record as a coach. He's coached in 2 Super Bowls. One of those probably wouldn't have happened if he didn't have Peyton Manning, but John Fox, I thought, was a better choice as head coach than Gary Kubiak. And I think that the division's just going to get better and it's going to be more competitive, and that's why I have the Chiefs winning this year. And I have the Chargers making the playoffs too at 9-7. Similar reasons. I think that they're going to be much improved this year. This could be the last year of the AFC West as we know it too, because of the fact that the Raiders and the Chargers might move to Los Angeles. One of those teams is going to have to vacate the division, and it could be the last of the AFC West as we know. I should say that one of those teams is going to have to vacate the division if they share a stadium. I meant to say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they share a stadium, then you can't have 2 teams in the same division.
All right. So who do you think will, from the NFC West, join the AFC West?
I don't know, to be honest. It might make sense for the Rams or the Cardinals to join, just because the Seahawks and 49ers has become a rivalry. But
or you could return the Seahawks back to the AFC West like they used to be.
Yeah, that's true. It could. I mean, this is all hypothetical. One of those teams would have to leave the AFC West if they move to LA, if they both move to the same stadium. But that's all hypothetical. I think the Raiders are going to move to LA after the season. And I think that's when they're going to start to improve as a team. But for now, I have them at 3 wins.
All right.
I don't know, man. I think Derek Carr is going to go off this season.
Prove me
I
wrong.
know. I
really
think Derek
like him.
Carr is a good quarterback. I think he's better than his brother. Although his brother,
His brother's one of the
he
worst.
didn't have an offensive line when he played
Yeah.
in Houston. But I think Derek Carr is better than his brother. He was pretty competent last year for the Raiders, so
Yeah.
we'll see how he does this year with actual weapons like Amari Cooper. On to the NFC now. The NFC East.
Woo!
The Cowboys winning the division at 12-4.
Boo.
I have the Eagles coming in second at 11-5 and making the playoffs as the first wild card team. And then I have the Giants coming in third at 7-9, and then the Redskins in last at 4-12.
4-12. All right. I have the Eagles winning the division at 10-6, and I also have the Cowboys coming in second at 10-6. But I think the Eagles will get the tiebreaker. And Giants 8-8. I guess they're so mediocre. And the Redskins 6-10 with really, really good luck.
With good luck.
Yeah, with a lot of good luck.
That would be a hell of a season.
Do you know
Yeah.
they guaranteed Robert Griffin III $16 million next season if he gets injured? They guaranteed him $16 million if
Oh
he
my
gets injured.
god.
You know how
They're,
idiotic
the
that is?
Redskins are complete morons.
Yep.
The whole idea as to why the NFL does not have guaranteed contracts is because players you get hurt more in playing football than in any other sport.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have guaranteed contracts, or at least
And-
fully guaranteed contracts.
And RG3 gets injured more than any other athlete in the entire world.
Yep.
Probably any other person in the entire world that doesn't have
I mean-
a disease that when you just touch something and you get hurt.
I mean, that's just bad business
Oh my
right there.
dude, it's been bad business since 1999 when Dan Snyder took over. It's been so ridiculous. Dude, in like 2004, 2005 or something, we went 8-8 3 straight years, and we've had a different coach for 3 straight years, and then they fired the other coach. I forget who it was, but it was
Jim Zorn, right?
yeah. Jim Zorn was in the mix.
Steve Spurrier
Steve Spurrier, I think
Spurrier.
he's the one who got
Watch him in
fired
a couple
first.
minutes.
and
then,
Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs,
Marty-
second time.
It was Steve Spurrier who was there for like 4 or 5 seasons, and then he got fired, going 8-8. Then they hired Marty Schottenheimer, and he won 8-8. They fired him, and then they hired Jim Zorn, and he went 8-8. And then they kept him, and he went 6-10 and 6-10 and 6-10, and it's been 6-10 ever since.
And don't forget they rehired Joe Gibbs for a second go around.
Right.
Yep.
Which he was all right.
Didn't they go to the playoffs the first year at like 10-6 under Joe Gibbs in his first season back, and then
Yeah,
after
with-
that they were just terrible.
Yeah, with Jason Campbell, they went like
Soupy!
9-7 or something, and then he got injured in like the last game of the season, and Todd Collins stepped in and won us a playoff game against the Buccaneers.
Soupy's that dude.
That has been the highlight of my Redskins tenure. You know how sad that is? Todd Collins winning us a playoff game has been my highlight.
Wow.
That's sad, dude.
All right, Brian, your NFC East prediction now.
I have the Cowboys winning the division with 10 games. Then at second, I've got the Giants at 8-8. I think Odell Beckham's going to win Offensive Player of the Year this year. I think he's just going to keep going.
In the NFC.
No, in the whole league. I think
Wait,
he's gonna
don't they
keep
do it? Don't they do it by conference? The offensive player of the year.
No, I think it's the whole league. Well,
Okay,
either way, he's
whatever.
the Offensive Player of the Year. And I think he's just going to keep going off from last year, and it's going to be something to watch. I got the Eagles at 7-9 because I just think Chip Kelly is not a good head coach for the NFL, and I think he's done some things that have alienated that locker room, and I don't think they talk about it.
I don't think so. I think they're going to be a really high-powered offense. I mean, their defense is going to be iffy, but
what
their
if Sam
offense.
Sam Bradford's one of those people? I mean, he gets
That gets hurt.
yeah,
almost as much
he
as
is injury
RG3.
prone. That's true.
And speaking of RG3, I have the Redskins at 4-12.
Yeah.
All right, NFC North.
I think the Redskins will be fighting for that number 1 overall draft pick with the Jaguars and Titans.
And Raiders.
During.
No, Raiders will be good. The Raiders.
All right. Now, NFC North. We talked a little bit about this last week in regards to, or 2 weeks ago in regards to whether the Packers would win the AFC or NFC North without Jordy Nelson. I said
Who
that
else
they
is gonna win
would.
it?
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah.
So I have the Packers winning the division at 12-4, and then I have the
12-4.
Vikings coming in second at 10-6 and just missing out of the playoffs.
Think the Vikings are gonna go 10-6 with Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater was really good last year,
Who do they have
and
besides Adrian
they were
Peterson?
what? The Vikings were what 6-10, 7-9 with Teddy Bridgewater. I think with AP they will go 10-6 with the combination of Adrian Peterson and Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't. Okay.
and then I have the Lions coming in third at 7-9, and then I think the Bears are just going to have an awful season.
Yeah,
And
I don't think they're
Yeah,
gonna be very good at
definitely.
3
all.
and 13. And Jay Cutler's gone after this year, and their coach is gone next year. Is it still Marty Trustman?
No, they brought in John Fox.
Oh, okay, but still, I think
I think John Fox is a great coach. So
no, I think he's a good coach, but I still think the Bears are gonna have a shitty season.
yeah. Oh yeah, Sean, go ahead.
All right. Of course, I got the Packers winning the division. I think they're gonna go 10-6 because without Jordy Nelson, they're gonna fall off a little bit, just a little bit though. And then I got the Lions coming in second place at 9-7, sneaking into the playoffs. Vikings, I think they're gonna improve this year. I don't think they're gonna improve that much. I think they're gonna go 8-8, just missing the playoffs because I think 8-8, 9-7 is gonna be the cutoff for the wild card in the NFC. And then Bears 6-10, they're
That
a
might be a
mess right now.
stretch.
Yeah, they're a mess right now.
I'm gonna go with the Packers winning the division at 12-4. I think that even with Jordy Nelson being out, Rodgers is in that category of Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, in the sense that he can make average receivers look like studs. And I don't think they're going to miss him that much. And John Rice keeps hyping up Eddie Lacy, and Eddie Lacy could be ready to have a big year, especially because Nelson's out. And they could be handing the ball off more. Second place, I got the Lions at 9-7. I think that gets them into the playoffs. Yeah, it does. Lions getting into the playoffs with the wild card at 9-7. I think Amir Abdullah is going to be great. I think next year people are going to be talking about him. You're going to want to draft him high in your fantasy drafts. And of course, they still got Megatron, and I think Matthew Stafford's solid. Golden Tate, I need him to have a big year. So,
Lions I think Golden Tate's going to have a good year.
I hope he does. Lions at 9-7. I got the Vikings at 7-9, and I got the Bears at 5-11.
All right.
Hey, by the way, Ethan, I looked it up. Offensive Player of the Year covers the entire league.
Oh, okay. All right. On to the NFC South. We talked about this a little bit earlier in previous episodes as well. But when we were talking about whether the Panthers would win the division, I said that they would not without Kelvin Benjamin, and I said that I could see the Saints having a bounce back year and going 10-6, and that's what I have.
That's what I think.
Yep.
Winning the division.
Saints fan, by the way, so he's gonna like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mike's a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I have the Saints, who dat, going 10-6. Then I have the Panthers coming in second at 9-7. Falcons coming in third place at 6-10, and then the Bucks finishing 4-12.
All right. What do I have? I got the Saints, I guess, winning the division. Like the NFC South is so bad, just like the NFC North. Well, I guess the NFC North isn't that bad, but Saints winning the division 9-7, Falcons 8-8, just missing the playoffs. Panthers like 7-9ish, 6-10, and the Bucks just whatever. 5 wins
Who
maybe.
cares?
Whatever, man. Go steal some crab legs.
Actually, no. They have Jameis Winston as their quarterback. They're gonna win like 3 games. They're gonna be fighting for the number 1 pick too. It's gonna be like a 4-way fight.
I think that I have the Falcons winning this division. I actually, I was the lone dissenter on the buy or sell with Kelvin Benjamin, but that was before I saw the Panthers play this preseason. And when I saw them play the Dolphins week 2 of the preseason, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is going to be a long season.
But, I mean, you can't really take any stock in the preseason.
You can when Josh Norman's getting burned for, long passing plays, or when Cam Newton's throwing bonehead interceptions and Jonathan Stewart's getting stopped at the line of scrimmage. You can buy all of that. And you can also buy it with Kelvin Benjamin being out as well. That things are not looking good this season down here, but I do have them coming in second at 7-9. I think the Saints aren't as good as people think, just because Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton is really. I mean, you saw all the Junior Gillette stuff. I think all that's true, to be honest. And I think Sean Payton has to go, and I think that's what's going to happen this year because I don't think the Saints are going to be very good. So, sorry, Mike.
Wait, what did Junior Gillette say about Sean Payton again? I forget.
That he moved training to West Virginia so he could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he could cheat on his wife, right?
Speaking of side pieces, did you hear about the? I believe
Tom
it's
Brady?
the Redskins.
Yeah, I heard about his phone.
No. That the Redskins GM's wife called him out for
he called
for like sleeping with a reporter, or allegedly.
No, she
called the reporter a side
Scott
chick.
McLuhan's wife. She got real drunk
Yeah.
and she tweeted at some ESPN reporter. I forget who it is. Like, how many dicks did you suck to get this story? And it was the story about Kirk Cousins getting the starting position for the regular season. And I mean, she like deleted it and took it down and whatever. Like, I think it's funny, but
it would have been funny if I responded with like 4. Thanks. Thanks for asking.
Well, no, but then like the Redskins or like someone said that this was a fake account, and then the Redskins GM was like, no, that's a real account, like real Twitter account.
yeah,
like
the Redskins were like, no, this
really
is a fake
her.
account. Like, this actually didn't happen. It's all fake. And then Scott McLuhan's wife came out like a couple hours later and apologizing. So
this is just like
that's
so.
the Redskins for you.
That's
2015
so Redskins.
Fucking Redskins.
That's so Redskins.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long season.
All right, so now on to the NFC
Pats.
West. We're down the home stretch. I have the Seahawks winning the division and having the number 1 seed in the NFC once again. Is it the second or third straight season?
This would be the third.
Third, yeah. I believe.
Okay. At 13-3, and then I have the Rams coming in second place, grabbing the second wild card at 11-5.
Way to steal my bold prediction, asshole.
Wait, what did you say about the Rams?
Rams are going to make the playoffs as a wild card and finish second in the NFC West with an 11-5 record.
Really?
Yes.
With Nick
Oh,
Foles?
yeah.
Yes.
Nick Foles.
Well,
Or
I mean, it's not
Foles?
just with the addition of Nick Foles, although I think that has to do with a big part of their jump. But for the last few years, the Rams have been slowly building up. They've been very competitive. Back when the 49ers were actually good, they split with them or beat them and then tied with the 49ers. So
last year too.
They beat who?
The Seahawks.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so now I think getting Nick Foles is going to like get them over the top and into the playoffs this year. And
No,
then
I think you're overrating Nick Foles like tenfold. He's not that good. And
I
they,
mean he's better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. Like I mean if I'm sure
don't say RG3.
Jets
Don't you
fa-
dare say
no,
RG3.
I'm sure Jets fans would much rather have Nick Foles as their quarterback, or Bills fans would much rather have Nick Foles as their quarterback, or even
I
even the
would.
Redskins would want
No.
Nick Foles as their
I'd
quarterback.
take Kirk Cousins and RG3 drama over Nick Foles any day.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
He's so inconsistent and he,
You know, I
And
never understood.
RG3 is even more inconsistent.
no,
I
he
never
just gets
understood
injured
why
all the time.
Eagles fans were so down on Nick Foles. They were always like, Brian
'Cause he'd throw
Formica,
interceptions every
sports guy
game.
at WXII is a big
Are you-
Eagles fan, and he was always so down on Nick Foles, and I just never understood it. Yeah.
When Nick Foles broke out, he threw like 20 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the season
so-
after that,
so-
he threw like
And
20
he is
interceptions and 2
incredibly
touchdowns.
accurate too.
So you can't say that he throws a ton of interceptions. He's not Eli Manning and
He had one good
throws
year.
an interception every other. Yeah, but he's only had like 3 seasons in which he was actually given a shot.
Nick Foles is exactly like Kirk Cousins. He did really good when he first got his shot. I guess Nick Foles got 20 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, as you say. Kirk Cousins did the same thing. He did really good, didn't turn the ball over a lot, and then after that, he just threw interception after interception after interception. Nick Foles is not. He turns the ball over too much now.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
want
know,
him on my team.
I mean, I think Nick Foles is good enough to get the Rams over the top.
The
into
Rams
the
don't have an
playoffs.
offense. They got Trey Mason as their running
They just
back.
drafted Todd Gurley.
They got Todd Gurley, who's a rookie. He's a rookie.
And
He's
he's
not gonna
coming
be
off
good.
of a knee injury.
Tavon
Yeah.
Austin as well.
Tavon Austin's all right. He's their best wide receiver. Brian Quick, Kenny Britt.
Tavon Austin could break out this year.
Kenny
Britt's
Britt's
alright.
pretty good.
Kenny
Yeah,
Britt's
he's
all
He's
alright.
right.
solid.
But Tavon Austin is their best receiver, which is
But
not saying a
Going
whole
into
lot.
his second year, and he had a pretty solid season last year. Or it's his third year, right? I can't remember. Either way, he
Yeah.
could break out. I want to see him
They're-
break out.
Their defense is very good, if I remember correctly. They got a good
Yeah.
defensive line. Good defensive backs too, I think.
Yeah.
All right,
So
and
their defense is gonna be what holds them up. But
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna get past 8-8, if that.
all right, and then I have the Cardinals or the 49ers coming in third at 7-9, and then the Cardinals at 5-11, coming in last place. So that's my NFC West for you.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks winning the division. Obviously, they'll probably go 11-5, 12-4, something like that.
Selling them short, I think.
And then Rams coming in second place, squeaking in at 8-8. Although I think they're gonna go like 7-9. Their defense is gonna carry them all season. Then the Cardinals probably 7-9, 6-10ish, and then 49ers no better than 6-10.
I think the Seahawks are going to be. This is going to be the best Seahawks team they've had so far, including the team that won the Super Bowl and the team last year that should have won the Super Bowl. But I think the Seahawks are going to win 14 games. I have them at 14-2.
Hi, Mr. Winter.
And
That's my mom.
did he leave?
I mean, Mrs. Winter. Sorry, I can't see.
Oh, hey.
In your room. They were just on a different hangar.
I just
You
saw
heard it
somebody
here
there. I
first,
assumed it was
folks.
your dad.
They are right on the other hanger.
Yeah. Like going to
Breaking
Colorado
news.
for a wedding this weekend.
Oh yeah, gonna smoke a bunch of pot.
I don't know.
We've already gone over this.
Yeah.
You
So
definitely
Brian,
should.
Anyway, I already said this, but my bold prediction was the Rams get 10 wins and make the playoffs this year. Oh, shut up.
They're
Any,
gonna win like 3.
dude, no way. Anyway, I got the Cardinals coming in third, 7-9, and then 49ers topping out. Because I want to see the 49ers' new coach do well because he went to Western Carolina, and or no, he went to either Western Carolina or Catawba. I can't remember, but he's from
I
around.
think you said Catawba.
Yeah, Catawba. That's what it is. Either way, he's from around here, so obviously, while I'm still in North Carolina, I want to see the local guys do well. And he's a local guy, but it's not going to happen this year. It might be bad in San Francisco, and it might be bad for a while.
So now just previewing what if our predictions are correct and what the playoffs are.
Let's just do
go
who we
do
think
that real quick.
Bowl.
Just run it through quick.
Let's just do who
Run
we
it.
think's going to win the who we think's going to play in the Super Bowl and who's going to win.
Yeah, let's do that because we all have different playoff pictures.
Yeah, it's too much to remember right now.
All right.
All right, in the Super Bowl, I got the Redskins.
No, you
Sorry.
don't. You don't even have them making the playoffs.
I got them. I got them winning like the first pick in the draft. I don't know. I got the Packers winning the Super Bowl.
Over who?
I mean, who else in the NFC is gonna win the Super or gonna go to the Super Bowl?
No. I was like, who the Packers are? Who are the Packers going to beat in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think who else in the NFC would be in the Super Bowl besides the Packers. It's not gonna be the Cowboys. They can't
Seahawks
play in the
and Cowboys.
playoffs. Seahawks, yeah. Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that Packers-Seahawks game last year in the playoffs. That was so depressing. Yeah, I got Packers in the Super Bowl representing the AFC. And the AFC, the Colts.
That's a good one.
They're in
who
my
else?
Super Bowl too.
Oh my gosh, they have to get by the Patriots first, and
And I
whenever
think they will this
Shut
year.
up.
and whenever the
They will
Colts
this year.
whenever the Colts play the Patriots, they get their asses handed to them.
And you don't
Absolutely
think they'll
handed
change
to them.
this year? With
And
Andrew Luck being in
that is
Patriots-
not going to change this year.
That happened once when Andrew Luck was quarterback, and then Deflategate happened, and you guys are. Turns out you
Whoa,
guys are
it
cheaters.
happened once. Okay.
In the playoffs, didn't it?
Oh dear
No!
God, you've started.
The previous year, the Patriots destroyed the Colts, and earlier in the season, the Patriots destroyed the Colts when
When
Jonas
he was a
Gray
rookie.
ran for over 200 yards and
God.
4 touchdowns. So, all right.
Never
So this
heard from him again.
what?
And then we never heard from him again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
He's probably
what he does
selling crack on the
this
street
year.
somewhere now.
No, he's still on a team.
Actually,
he
I'm
is?
thinking the
I didn't
Ravens
realize
might
that.
make the Super Bowl.
All right,
Because the
I'll give you
Patriots,
a little bit more respect for saying the Ravens.
because
than
it'll be the
Colts.
Patriots, Ravens, Colts, and I guess the Chiefs fighting for the top 4 spots in the playoffs for the AFC. So, I mean, Ravens have as good a chance as anybody.
All right, so this is how I
All right, so my
I
official
went
All
all
right,
the
since
way
we
through.
have the Patriots playing in the Super Bowl.
my
right,
official prediction is Packers winning over the Ravens. That's my
All right.
official prediction.
All right, so I went through all the playoff matchups and stuff, what they would be. I have Cowboys over Rams, Saints over Eagles, Colts over Texans, and Ravens over Steelers in the wild card round. Divisional round, Patriots over Ravens again, Colts over Broncos again,
Okay.
and then Seahawks over Saints, Cowboys over Packers this time
Obviously.
around.
Yeah.
And then in the championship game, I have the Patriots over the Colts again, and Cowboys over Seahawks. And then I have the Patriots over the Cowboys. Tom Brady wins his 5th ring, 4th Super Bowl MVP, and he is the league MVP. So that's my redemption. That's my
I
prediction.
didn't see any of that coming. How about that?
You picked it. You picked the AFC playoffs to be exactly like they were last year. What a surprise!
Yeah, it just happened that way.
All right, I've got the Seahawks beating the Colts in the Super Bowl. I think the Seahawks. It should be 3 Super Bowls in a row, but 2 in 3 years isn't terrible, and I think they're going to win it again this year. I just think the Colts are going to really break out this year. Like, I think Andrew Luck's going to win MVP. I think he's got the weapons around him. It's time for.
The Colts don't have a defense, Brian. They don't have a defense.
Their defense is alright.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots don't have a defense either. Shut up.
The Patriots have a better defense than the Colts. They have an excellent front seven.
Butler against Andrew Luck? I wouldn't.
What?
Would you trust Malcolm Butler against Andrew Luck? I wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, the secondary is going to be suspect, but I mean, the rest of the defense is fantastic. They have an excellent front seven.
Who's on your defense?
Chandler Jones.
They don't have Vince Wilfork anymore.
Yeah, but Chandler Jones.
They have mediocre linebackers.
Mediocre. Dante
Mediocre.
Hightower's an All-Pro last year.
Mediocre.
They have Gerard Mayo.
All-Pro. Shut up.
We get it.
Maybe your second team All-Pro.
Last year.
What?
We get it. The Patriots won the Super Bowl last year.
I'm just saying that the Patriots have a better defense than the Colts.
Let me look at their defense real quick.
Who do the Colts have on defense?
Andre Johnson.
I don't fucking know.
On
He's an
defense.
Yeah,
On
he plays
defense.
both ways. Andre the Giant.
He's gonna run shit.
They should play him on defense.
They have Devin McCourty, an All-Pro safety.
Devin McCourty's not good.
Are you kidding? He was one of the best safeties in the
Really
league
don't
last
think
year.
he's that good. I don't think he's good.
Of course, you think everything with the Patriots is
Yeah, McCourty's not
That's
that
not
good.
true. I thought Tom Brady shouldn't have been suspended.
No, but you
They
thought
have-
he should have been suspended, not for 4 games, but you thought he should be suspended.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have Patrick Chung, who's 100 years old, as their strong safety. They got B. Fletcher. I don't even know who that is. They got Malcolm Butler.
Brandon
Their
Fletcher.
Their secondary is bad.
The secondary is very suspect, minus Devin McCourty.
And by suspect, you mean bad. So they're
They have a lot of questions.
their
Yeah, a lot of
linebacking
questions.
And I don't
core
trust
is
I don't think
mediocre.
their offense is going to be as good as the Colts' offense this year either. Like,
Yeah, but-
I can't name, other than Gronk, I can't name, and Edelman because you kept him, I can't name any players on the Patriots.
Brandon LaFell,
Yeah, but
Danny Amendola.
I dropped him on my fantasy team because
Did you just drop the name Brandon LaFell?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Hold on, let me look at your offense. All right, you got Brandon LaFell, Julian Edelman, and Danny Amendola. Danny Amendola is by far your best receiver, and he's
Julian
alright.
Edelman.
No.
Better than
Gronkowski is by far your
Amendola.
best receiver. No, Julian Edelman's not better than Amendola.
Yeah, he is.
But
He got
Gronkowski
more
is by
catches,
far your
more
best
yards
receiver,
than
but that's-
Amendola last year.
Whatever. But Amendola I think, is your best receiver.
Can we stop
Julian
talking about the
Edelman is
Patriots,
alright.
please?
Brandon LaFell is okay if you're in the red zone. I guess your offensive line is alright. LeGarrette Blount is mediocre at best. The Patriots are gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. Although they did
They
this
have
last
TB12.
year, so.
They have TB12.
Oh my
That's
god!
all you
Shut
need.
up. He's going through a divorce
go.
right now, so he's gonna be depressed for the next 8 months.
I don't think he's
So-
going
No,
to be
he's not
depressed
going
if he has
through a
women
divorce.
crawling all over him.
Right.
Either
Alright.
way, he's going to be pretty goddamn happy because he'd have women crawling all over him.
Yeah, I
Alright.
don't know. Whatever. All right,
All right,
that's
Brian.
enough with the NFL talk. Or no, Brian, did you give us your prediction?
Seahawks winning the Super Bowl.
Right. Over the Colts. Okay.
Over
So
the
let's
Colts.
let's move on
Yeah,
to
the
some.
Colts to the Super Bowl is an absolute
Let's not
joke.
move on to some college. All right, let's move on to some college football. Starts tonight, Thursday, September 3rd. You'll probably hear this in like a month. By the way, did you guys edit that last podcast? I never
Not
got
yet. I'm working on the second to last one right now.
So
We
we've
talked
got
about
two
James
more.
Harrison way too long on that second the last podcast that I'm still working on.
All right. Well, college football's starting today anyway. Depends on when you hear this. You'll probably already know what happened.
Today being September 3rd, 2015, by the way.
Yep.
We should probably say the date at the beginning of every show from now on,
Or we could just edit
Yeah.
quicker, which would be great.
or both.
See how the
Well,
tables
still,
have turned? I put the
still,
editing on you, and now I bitch at you. All right. Tonight we got Georgia Tech playing Alcorn. What is it?
Alcorn
ALCN?
State.
Alcorn
Alcorn.
State.
Alcorn State.
Alcorn, baby.
Yeah, I just didn't see the ST. Wasn't sure. At 7:30 now we got TCU, number 2 ranked TCU, which is kind of surprising. Playing Minnesota
Not really.
at 9
good.
o'clock. Are they?
Oh yeah,
I
they're
don't know.
really good. They should have been in the playoff last year.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was bogus.
Yeah, we got playoffs now too.
Them
Fuck
and
yeah.
Baylor, they both should have been in the playoffs last year.
And then
Who?
at 10 o'clock we got Arizona, ranked number 22, playing University of Texas San Antonio. I guess all the games are gonna be blowouts. They're not really
I think the
close.
good game this week is the one tonight, in Charlotte, between South Carolina and North Carolina. Two rivals. That's always
Neither
going to
of
be a
those teams
good
are
game.
good.
Is that game tonight?
I'm watching it
What?
right now, and neither of those teams are particularly great, but
Wait, the game's
But
on
I
right
mean-
now? What?
yeah, it's on right now.
I thought that game started at 8.
Why is it
No,
not on
it's
ESPN?
on right now.
Why is it not on ESPN? I'm looking at ESPN.
It is on
website.
ESPN. It's a commercial break.
No, but I'm looking at their website right now, and it says nothing about that game.
Because
This is
it's
ludicrous.
USC versus UNC, and it's not a good game. It really isn't like.
It's
not-
only is it only a regional
Oh,
broadcast?
because I'm looking at top
No,
25.
I don't think so. If you
okay.
turn on ESPN right now, you'll be able to watch it.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
North
would think so,
Carolina's
at
up
least.
7-0.
Yeah, it's been a really
Oh.
shitty game so far.
So we got a bunch of games tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
We got
Thursday night
Duke
kickoff.
playing
Hey,
Tulane, Rhode Island,
Brian.
Syracuse.
Brian,
What's
on
up?
Time Hop, I think it was yesterday
Man.
or 2 days ago. I saw the like 2 years ago we went to Wake Forest
The Wake
Presbyterian,
game. That was
And-
awesome.
and the lights were out too.
And Presbyterian led at one point. That was awesome.
Yeah, we went with Deesh.
Speaking of
And,
Wake Forest, they're playing Elon tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN3. So if you're a Wake or Elon fan, go watch that. Or go look
Watch
at the
some of that game
highlights.
just because I fucking hate Elon and want to see him get killed by Wake Forest.
Alright.
Brian hating Elon for no reason.
Alright,
rivals.
so they're High Point.
They're not
rivals?
even in the same conference as High
There are
Point.
rivals at everything else, though. They're like
Yeah.
the Dinkelbergs. We're competing against them here.
Yeah, I could see that.
Goldberg.
Damn Dinkelberg.
Alright, so
Damn
I'm looking at the AP top 25 right now. They got Ohio State number 1, TCU number 2, Alabama number 3, Baylor 4, Michigan State 5, and then Auburn, Oregon, USC, Georgia, and Florida State, and Notre Dame just outside the top 10 at number 11. Which I really like to see. I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, I can tell. You got
I'm
a
glad.
big ND on your
Oh yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, I'm glad they're back.
I might
in
be
the
the
mix.
only Irish person alive who doesn't like Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame to an extent. I rooted for them against
I
Alabama
know
in
you-
that
I
year that they got killed in the national championship game with Manti Te'o.
Yep,
Oh god.
that was crazy.
Although one of the good games, or big games, I don't know if it will be good or not, but it's always it's a big rivalry game. Notre Dame, Boston College. They're going to be playing at Fenway Park this year, so that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, well, like I said, seeing Notre Dame being up in the rankings again is nice to see. They've been pretty good. They've been all right past couple of years. But also, I like seeing USC in the top 10 as well. I like when they
That's
have
my
a good
former
team.
team right there.
Saying that as a Notre Dame fan is kind of crazy, but I love Notre Dame USC games.
Me too.
Oh yeah, back
And when
with
they're
Matt
both, when they're,
Leinart and Reggie
yeah,
Bush
Yeah.
on
yeah, when they're
USC,
both
the
really
push
good.
game.
The Bush push.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That was. I mean, I was a big USC fan at the time. My uncle Andrew went to USC, so it wasn't like total bandwagon, but I was into them big time at that time. And I tried to defend that for weeks because that was my freshman year of high school, and I was trying to defend that Bush push for weeks because I was like, USC's just better than all of your teams. And then they lost to Texas, so I kind of had to shut up for a while. But yeah. USC Notre Dame is incredible.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any predictions for like who's gonna end up on top at the end of the season?
I don't know.
I don't think Ohio State's gonna do it.
I think
don't
Ohio
think
State
so.
is going to do it, to be honest.
I think it's just because I want them not to do it because they were so good. Well, they were so good last year, but I don't think Cardell Jones has it in him to win like 10 games or whatever it is, and then go into the playoffs and
But
do
the
that
good thing
again.
about Cardale Jones and this Ohio State quarterback situation is if Cardale Jones isn't as good as people think he's going to be, they've got two very solid backups in Barrett and Braxton Miller, who they said is going to convert to a wide receiver, but if they both suck, probably going to have to put Braxton back at the quarterback spot. But Ohio State is loaded this year. It's finally all coming together for them, obviously winning the national championship last year. And I think they play well. I think the playoff situation is good for teams like Ohio State. And I think they're going to win it again this year. I think their schedule is very favorable. Outside of Michigan State, who else is good in that conference? Not really anybody. So
Right.
I think Ohio State wins the national championship again. I would really love to see Baylor win it all, but I don't think it's going to happen.
But once again, like we talked about how poor the Big Ten is, so if I'm not exactly sure what Ohio State's non-conference schedule looks like, but if they lose a non-conference game, and they could be in danger of not even making the playoffs since it's only 14.
Remember that they did last year. They lost to Virginia Tech at the Horseshoe, and they still made the playoff, which I still think is a load of crap. They shouldn't have been in the playoff either way, and it's a miracle that they actually won that thing. Kind of reminded me of when the Giants won. They just had everything break their way.
I mean, I don't think it was a miracle because they pretty much dominated Alabama for most of that game.
No, I know, but I'm saying they had a lot of stuff break their way to make the playoff. And looking at Ohio State's schedule right now, it's not particularly – tonight might be their toughest game, to be honest, because of the fact that they're playing at Virginia Tech, which is I'm sure you guys have seen Virginia Tech games. It is a difficult place to play.
Yeah, it is.
And it is. I mean, Blacksburg, and there's going to be a lot of emotion because of everything going on in Virginia right now, and the Hokies are honoring Adam Ward and Allison Parker this season, and I'm sure they want to win this game for them. And so this might be the toughest game for Ohio State. I think Virginia Tech's going to give them a tough challenge. But after that, they play Hawaii, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, Indiana, Maryland, Penn State, Rutgers, Minnesota, Illinois. Maryland sucks, man. They're going to be shitty this year.
Well, they do play. Ohio State does play Michigan State at the end of the season, so that's going to be a definitely.
They play Michigan State
game.
the week before they play the school up north, as they call them in Ohio. And,
school up north.
I love. Do you ever hear the story about? I watched a documentary a while ago about Ohio State, Michigan, and Woody Hayes, when he was Ohio State's head coach, refused to buy gas in the state of Michigan. Like their car died. He was
that's insane.
This car. I will push this car across the border of Ohio before I supply gas in the state of Michigan.
That's
He
funny.
he probably would carry like gallons and gallons of gas on the car or on the bus.
Yeah.
But
But
I mean, yeah.
I
So that Michigan State game could be really crucial for Ohio State because they need to win that game in order to make the college football playoff.
yeah.
So that's good. That's going to be a good game to look forward to this
But
season.
it's in Columbus, and Virginia Tech's tough to play in, but Columbus is very tough to play in, especially coming off a national championship. They're all going to be amped. They're probably going to run the table up to that game. I don't see any other game that they're going to even remotely be challenged in, to be honest. Virginia Tech's going to be tough, but I don't think they're going to be that challenged. None of the Big Ten schools other than Michigan State are that good. So I don't think Ohio State's going to be too challenged up until the Michigan State game. And, Michigan I don't think is very good this year either, so I don't think they're going to be challenged. It's going to take Michigan a while, I think. And that game's tonight, too, by the way. Michigan-Utah is tonight. And I think it's going to take Michigan a while to get – I think Michigan under Harbaugh is going to be great, but I think that it's going to take a while for them to be great. Like, they're going to have to win recruiting battles against Ohio State, who just won a national championship. And Harbaugh's great, Michigan legacy, tradition, all that. All the shit every coach hypes up about their school is tremendous, but you got to, prove it on the field. So I think it's going to take Michigan a while to get back.
I actually think Michigan could be a surprise team this year just because of the addition of Harbaugh. Like, when he was an excellent coach at Stanford, and when he first got to San Francisco, they were good instantly. So I think the Wolverines could be a surprise team this year and possibly make their way into the top 25, top 15 maybe.
I think they'll be really good. I think they'll be good this year, but I think it's going to take them a while to get back to the. I think it's going to take them a year or two to get back to the Michigan level of excellence.
To get back to the challenging for a spot in the playoff, you're saying? Basically?
Yeah, and to compete for a national championship. Basically, I think it's going to take Michigan a little while to get back into this thing. But I think they'll be good this year. They'll make a bowl game. And, yeah.
All right.
Ohio State winning.
Any other thoughts?
Yo, who do you guys have winning the national championship?
I just said Ohio State.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
to be honest, I don't think Ohio State's going to make it to the playoff this year. So, I mean, I guess Baylor maybe. Baylor could challenge. Yeah.
I got Notre Dame winning just as a homer pick. I have no idea who else would win.
Yeah,
probably Ohio State.
I mean, I hope Notre Dame is good. I want Notre Dame to make the college football playoff. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they'll get there. They have to. I mean, they always play one of the toughest non-conference schedules because they're not in the conference. So,
yeah.
I mean, they travel all over the country, play the top teams everywhere for the most part.
And you remember that they play the ACC 5 or 6 times every year too. So
right, so they're pseudo in a
conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pseudo in a conference, and that conference isn't very good. So Notre Dame could have some things break right for them this year.
Yeah. All right.
All right, do you guys have a walk-off, or you guys want to skip it? No.
I've actually pulled for an hour, so I want to eat it.
Yeah, I want to eat too.
Yeah, I mean, dinner's ready for me also. All right.
All right, that'll do it for this episode of the Sports Pulse. Thank you all for listening. Taking us out, we have The Listening by Little Brother again. Seriously, guys, look him up. He's a dope guy. See you guys next time.
All right, see ya.
See you guys.